Ladies and gentlemen, today I am going to talk to you about something that has the power to change the course of your life. It's something so simple, yet so profound that it could be the key to unlocking your future. I'm not asking for hours of your time, weeks of commitment, or a huge leap of faith. I'm asking for 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes, that's it. But those 20 minutes could very well determine the next 20 years of your life. You might be thinking, how can something so small make such a big difference? Well, my friends, it's the small, deliberate actions we take each day that compound into something extraordinary. 20 minutes today, when used wisely, will set the foundation for everything that follows. So I ask you there, what if this was the moment you decided to stop waiting for the perfect time? What if this was the moment you decided to invest in yourself, to take that first step towards the life you've always wanted? In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how that 20 minutes can lead to something far greater than you ever imagined. Let's dive in. Too often, we spend our time looking back at the past or waiting for the perfect moment in the future. We look at what we've done wrong, at mistakes we've made, or at things we didn't achieve, and allow that to define us. The truth is, the past is gone, and it has no power over you unless you allow it. We must let go of regret and stop letting yesterday's mistakes determine tomorrow's success. The only moment that truly matters is the present moment, the moment you have right now. We cannot control what has already happened, and we certainly can't predict what will happen tomorrow. But what we can control is what we do with the time we have right now. The choices you make in this moment, the actions you take today, will set the course for everything that follows. The future is built on the decisions of today. When you focus on the power of now, you're giving yourself the greatest gift, the ability to shape your future, no matter what your past looked like. You might be thinking, oh, well, it starts tomorrow, or I'll wait until things get easier. But here's the truth. There's never going to be a perfect time. Life will always be challenging, and the obstacles you face will never disappear completely. If you keep waiting for the right time, you'll be waiting forever. Now is the only time that truly exists. The sooner you take action, the sooner you'll never be able to make meaning of anything before your dream. Think about it. Every moment you waste waiting for the future is a moment you'll never get back. The people who succeed in life are the ones who understand the importance of now. They don't put things off. They don't wait for everything to be perfect. They realize that every action, no matter how small, is a step closer to their goals. When you take action in the present, even if it's just a small move, you are telling the universe, I'm ready. I'm taking control. The power of now is also the power to focus. So many of us waste time trying to juggle multiple things at once, or our minds wander to everything we still have left to do. But focusing on the present moment helps clear away the distractions and gives us the clarity to move forward. When you focus on the present, you put all your energy into the task at hand, giving yourself the best chance to succeed. In those moments, nothing else matters, only what you can do right now. Imagine for a moment that your life is a book. The past chapters are already written, and the future chapters are yet to be discovered. Right now is the page you're writing, and how you choose to write it will determine the rest of your story. If you write today with intention and purpose, you'll look back one day and be proud of the life you've created. Each day is a chance to write a better chapter, to embrace the now, and to make the future something incredible. We all have dreams, goals, and aspirations, but often we hold ourselves back because we believe everything must be perfect before we take the first step. We wait for the ideal circumstances, the right timing, or for everything to fall into place before we act. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. The perfect time, the perfect conditions, they don't exist. If you keep waiting for them, you'll be stuck in a cycle of inaction. The key is to start, even if it's not perfect. Perfectionism can paralyze you. It's that voice in your head telling you that your work isn't good enough yet, or that you're not ready to begin. It tricks you into believing that if it's not flawless, it's not worth doing at all. But that's simply not true. Progress is made through action, not through waiting for conditions to align perfectly. Every step you take, no matter how small, gets you closer to where you want to be. The more you try, the more you learn, and the more you grow. Starting something without the guarantee of perfection is where the magic happens. It's in the messy, imperfect beginnings that you learn the most. Every mistake, every failure becomes a valuable lesson that pushes you closer to success. When you start, even if you're not fully prepared, you open the door to learning, adjusting, and improving along the way. The process of figuring it out is just as important as the outcome itself. You'll never know what you're truly capable of unless you take that leap. Waiting for perfection often leads to procrastination. It's easy to tell yourself, I'll start when I have everything figured out. But by doing so, you only delay your progress. The more you wait, the more you convince yourself that the time isn't right. But that delay comes at a cost. Every day that you delay is another day you miss the opportunity to make progress. Perfection doesn't come from waiting. It comes from taking action, from learning through trial and error. The road to success isn't linear. It's filled with ups and downs, mistakes and challenges. You can't predict everything that will happen along the way, but the only way to move forward is to start. The greatest achievers didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They simply got started, even when they were uncertain. They took the first step and trusted that the process would reveal the answers they needed. They didn't wait for a guarantee. They took action with courage and confidence. When you begin, you create momentum. The act of starting is the hardest part, but once you get going, you build energy. The more you act, the more you move forward, and the less room there is for doubt. Perfection is irrelevant when you're in motion. Focus on getting better, not perfect. Focus on progress, not perfection. The world doesn't need your perfect idea. It needs your courage to begin. So, stop waiting for things to be just right. Just start. It's easy to overlook the small steps we take every day. We often think that only big, dramatic moves will lead to real change. But the truth is that small actions have an incredible power. Every tiny decision you make, every small effort you put in, can have a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can see in the moment. You don't need to make massive leaps. What you do today, no matter how small, can create the foundation for lasting. The power of small actions lies in their consistency. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about taking consistent, deliberate steps every single day. Think about a person trying to get in shape. They don't start by running a marathon, but by taking short walks, by eating healthier, by doing a few push-ups. Over time, those small actions compound and build momentum. Eventually, those small steps add up to big results. Consistency is the key. Small efforts repeated over time are what lead to lasting success. Sometimes we underestimate the impact of the little things. You might think, what difference will it make if I just take 10 minutes to read or write today? But here's the thing. Those 10 minutes, when done every day, can completely change your life. It's like planting seeds. Each action, no matter how small, is like planting a tiny seed in the garden of your future. You might not see the results immediately, but as time passes, you'll realize those seeds have blossomed into something extraordinary. Small actions also create momentum. When you take a small step, you build confidence, and that confidence propels you forward to take the next step. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can harness in your life. Once you've started, once you've made that first move, it becomes easier to keep going. Each small action you take adds to your momentum, and soon you'll find yourself moving with purpose and direction, propelled by the chain reaction of your own effort. Think about how a snowball gains size as it rolls downhill. At first, it's tiny, but as it picks up speed, it grows bigger and bigger. Your small actions are like that snowball. They may seem insignificant at first, but over time they accumulate and grow into something much more powerful than you could have ever imagined. The results don't happen overnight, but they will happen if you stay committed. Every small action counts, and each one leads you closer to your goals. The most successful people didn't get there by making one huge decision or taking one giant leap. They got there by consistently taking small, meaningful actions every day. It's the little things that add up over time and make a big impact. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing what you can, even if it's not perfect, and trusting that those small steps will lead you to where you want to go. Don't underestimate the power of small actions. Many of us avoid discomfort at all costs. We seek comfort, convenience, and security because they feel safe, and we naturally want to avoid pain and struggle. But the truth is, growth never happens in the comfort zone. The most powerful changes in life occur when we step into the unknown, when we push ourselves beyond what feels easy. If you want to truly transform your life, you must be willing to get comfortable with discomfort. When you begin to stretch beyond your limits, discomfort is inevitable. Whether it's starting a new project, learning a new skill, or taking a risk, there will always be moments that feel challenging, uncertain, or even scary. But it's in those moments that you grow the most. Every time you push through discomfort, you're building resilience, strength, and confidence. You're proving to yourself that you are capable of handling more than you think. Without discomfort, there is no progress. Discomfort doesn't have to mean failure or struggle. It's simply a sign that you're doing something that challenges you, that forces you to evolve. Think about a muscle growing stronger through exercise. At first, lifting weights feels hard and uncomfortable, but as your body adapts, it becomes stronger. Similarly, the discomfort you feel when stepping out of your comfort zone is a sign that you're expanding. The more you embrace this discomfort, the easier it becomes to push through and continue growing. It's important to recognize that discomfort is temporary. The initial resistance you feel will fade once you adjust. The fear you experience when trying something new will lessen with each attempt. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the less power it holds over you. Over time, it becomes something you can navigate with confidence. And eventually, you won't be afraid of it. What once seemed intimidating will become just another challenge to conquer. Living in a state of constant comfort can stunt your potential. If you never take risks, if you never challenge yourself, you will remain exactly where you are. Comfort keeps you stagnant, and growth requires movement. By intentionally seeking discomfort, you create the opportunity for transformation. Each time you embrace something that feels difficult or unfamiliar, you're taking a step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding discomfort. They didn't shy away from the hard work or the sacrifices. They leaned into discomfort and used it as a tool for growth. They saw discomfort not as a barrier, but as a sign that they were on the right path. When you get comfortable with discomfort, you unlock the ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. Growth doesn't happen without it. Time is something we often take for granted. We assume it will always be there, available in abundance. But the reality is that time is the one resource you can never get back. Unlike money or possessions, once time is spent, it's gone forever. Every minute that passes is a minute you'll never be able to reclaim. Yet, how many of us waste our time on things that don't truly matter, or procrastinate on the actions that could move us forward? Time is your most precious asset because it is finite, and how you use it will define your future. You can always make more money, find new opportunities, or acquire new things. But you can never recover lost time. Every moment you spend is an investment, and every decision you make about how you spend it is either contributing to your success or taking you further away from it. When you truly recognize the value of your time, you begin to treat it with the respect it deserves. It becomes a non-renewable resource that you must protect and use wisely. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is how they choose to spend those hours. Your time is the great equalizer. Everyone has the same amount, but how you manage it makes all the difference. Some people squander their time on distractions, on things that don't align with their goals. Others, however, use every minute purposefully, investing it in their dreams, their passions, and their growth. The difference lies in how you prioritize your time. When you see time as your most valuable asset, you begin to make more deliberate choices about where you put your energy. You stop wasting it on people or situations that drain you. You stop procrastinating and instead focus on the activities that move you closer to your goals. When time becomes a priority, you create systems, routines, and habits that allow you to maximize every minute, ensuring that your actions align with your bigger vision for your life. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, to think that we're too busy to focus on what really matters. But here's the truth. We all make time for what we deem important. If your health is important to you, you'll make time to exercise. If your goals are important, you'll find time to work toward them. It's not about having more time. It's about making time for the things that will move you forward and contribute to your long-term success. The way you spend your time today will determine the life you lead tomorrow. Each moment you invest in yourself, in your goals, and in your growth is a step closer to your future. When you truly recognize the value of time, you stop wasting it. You start taking action. You become more intentional with your choices, and you prioritize the things that truly matter. Time is the most valuable thing you own. Once it's gone, it's gone. Use it wisely. Your future is shaped by the actions you take today, and those actions become your habits. Habits are the foundation of everything you do, whether you realize it or not. The small, consistent things you do every day create the life you live tomorrow. It's not the grand gestures or sudden bursts of effort that lead to lasting success, but the daily habits that compound over time. If you want to achieve something great, you must start by creating habits that align with your vision for the future. Habits are powerful because they operate on autopilot. When something becomes a habit, it no longer requires mental effort or willpower to do it. It becomes automatic. This is why building positive habits is so important. They remove the friction that often prevents us from taking action. Instead of waiting for motivation to strike, your habits push you to take the necessary step. When you have the right habits, success doesn't require constant willpower. It becomes a natural part of your routine. And now think about it. Every decision you make today, whether big or small, is either reinforcing the habits you already have or creating new ones. If you're constantly putting things off, procrastinating, or making excuses, you're strengthening habits that hinder your progress. On the other hand, when you focus on developing habits that serve your goals, like waking up early, reading, or exercising, you're setting yourself up for success. Habits shape the person you become and ultimately determine the direction your life will take. Building habits that serve your future requires consistency. It's easy to start something new with enthusiasm, but the true test is whether you can stick with it day after day. Consistency is the key to lasting change. In the beginning, it might feel hard, and you may not see immediate results, but with time, your habits will begin to compound, and the results will follow. Just like planting a seed. If you nurture it every day, over time, it will grow into something powerful. Your habits don't have to be drastic to make a big impact. Small, incremental improvements can lead to monumental change over time. Start with one small habit that moves you in the direction of your goals, and focus on making that a part of your daily routine. Over time, you can add new habits, each one stacking on top of the other, creating a strong foundation for success. Whether it's dedicating 15 minutes to personal development or planning your day the night before, these small habits build the momentum that leads to long-term achievement. The most successful people didn't get there by chance. They got there by developing and maintaining habits that serve their goals. Success is not an accident. It's the result of intentional daily actions. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must focus on the habits that will get you there. Your future is not a result of what you do once in a while, but of what you do consistently. Build habits that serve your future, and you will create the life you desire. Believing in yourself is the first step to achieving anything meaningful in life. It's easy to doubt your abilities, especially when you face challenges or setbacks. We often look at others and wonder how they seem to succeed so effortlessly while we struggle. But the truth is, your potential is just as great as anyone else's. The key is to recognize it, embrace it, and have the confidence to move forward. When you believe in yourself, you unlock the power to do things you never thought possible. The first hurdle to overcome is often the negative self-talk that holds us back. We have all heard that inner voice that tells us we're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough. But those thoughts are just stories we tell ourselves. They are not the truth. You have the power to change those stories, to rewrite them in a way that empowers you. Belief in yourself isn't about thinking you're perfect or never making mistakes. It's about trusting that you have the ability to figure things out, to learn, and to grow. Confidence comes from knowing that you can handle whatever life throws at you, even if you don't have all the answers right away. The most successful people didn't achieve greatness by avoiding challenges. They faced them with the belief that they could overcome them. It's that unwavering belief in your potential that will carry you through even the toughest times.